I'm filming this video today talking about, as you can see from the title, Brazilian blow dries. I've mentioned briefly in a vlog video that I did last week that one of the girls where I work, which is in a hair salon, she just learned how to do Brazilian blow dry and that she needed someone to practice on. She asked me and I was like, yeah, definitely, I would love that, because my mum used to be a hairdresser and she can go to this hairdressing warehouse and buy similar treatments, and in the past she's tried to do similar ones to me to get my hair to be more smooth and frizz free, because if I left my hair it would literally be out here, and they work and everything, but they're not like amazing. And I'd looked into trying to get some smoothing treatment in salons, but it was always like really expensive, so I never did, and I just settled for those at once. And so it was perfect when she said, did I want this really expensive treatment for free, just because she needs someone to practice on. So it was really great. So I had this done on Monday, and with a Brazilian blow dry, I'll explain the procedure, but basically it takes 4 days to set, then it can be washed off and then blow dried, and then it should last for 3 months. And today I got it washed off, so this is the finished result. Obviously she did blow dry and straighten it all nice for me, but this wasn't all how I went there to blow dry it with a paddle brush and get it proper precise. This was just rough drying, which is just blasting with a hairdryer and then running over the straighteners. And so I do think from what I've seen so far it does really work, but the real test will probably be when I wash my hair myself in a couple of days. Then I'll see how it goes when I dry it. So maybe I'll show that in some sort of vlog, just like a little extra clip. But so I'm just going to go through the procedure. So the Brazilian blow dry, first of all you get into the salon and they wash your hair, and then they take you back over and they don't really bother combing it through or anything, they just blast it with a hairdryer. After that, then they just get the product, which is obviously the straightening treatment. The one that I had done is designed to make your hair smooth and frizz free, but they are bringing out a straightening one to make it permanently straight, although there are other replicas you can already find. This company is bringing out the one which was keratin, I think, and they're also going to be bringing out one that defines curls for people that have curly hair, rather than it just being big frizzy like ness. It will be nice to define pretty curls. Then after they've blasted it with a hairdryer, they then start sectioning it off and applying this with a little brush to every part of the hair. This takes maybe roughly half an hour. Then after they've done that, you have to just sit still with your hair just totally still for 40 minutes so as it can begin to start setting. Then after that, I thought they was going to take me over and wash it out like the ones that I'd had done at home by my mum, but instead they just start getting the hairdryer and blowing it into my hair, so as the product is not going to be washed off, it's going to be just blown into the hair. So that is what they did, and they did that with a brush trying to make it all nice and straight. Then they had these special straighteners, now not just normal straighteners, I think that these were particular ones especially for the Brazilian blow dry treatment, and they look even more professional than GHDs. And the idea of it is that the more smoke that is created from when they go over it with the straighteners, the better, because it means that the product is going into your hair. So suddenly you can see the product after they've straightened it, it is all sunken into it, and that's how the hair absorbs it, but also probably excess might blow off a steam. I'm not too sure, but basically the idea is getting the product into the hair like cuticles and into it. So they do that, and each section has to be gone over the straighteners 10 times, so that's like getting a piece of hair and going 1, 2, 3, like to 10. And then after that they just said that for the next 4 days I cannot wash it, get it wet, I cannot tie it up, tuck it behind my ears, put clips in it, do anything that would kind of basically leave dents in it or take off the product from my hair for 4 days. So that was on Monday, and I had to wait till Friday. And luckily I'm not someone that washes my hair every single day. I tend to wash my hair 2 days if it's looking bad, or every 3 days just as a normal. So this was 4, so it's kind of difficult, but can you imagine if I was the person that washed it every day, having to wait 4 days would just seem like impossible. So they did that, and then I went back today and had it washed off, and then they straightened it. After rough drying it, and then they straightened it and put a bit of shine spray on it, and now it is the finished result. And the Brazilian blow dry should last for 3 months before it starts to wear off. They said to me that to make it last as long as it possibly can, it's best to use shampoos with no sulphur in it. So I'm going to have to go along to Boots or Superdrugs tomorrow or the next day, probably Sunday because I'm working tomorrow, but on Sunday for a shampoo that has sulphur in it, because then that it doesn't break down the product as much. So yeah, that's very important. One thing I realised with this is that you never realise how much of a kind of luxury it is to be able to tie your hair up and put it behind your ears before you can't, because before I would usually 9 times out of 10 when I get home I would not want my hair down in my face. I just want to put it all up and into like just a bun or a high ponytail and just get it away from my face. But with this, you couldn't do that, and I always have it just tucked behind my ears, trying to, do schoolwork. It's just like, tuck it behind your ears, and then it's fine. This, I had to keep telling myself to stop. The only times I kind of had to just put it behind my ears was when I was brushing my teeth, because it was just impossible otherwise, because you're standing there, even like this, just trying to brush your teeth, and it's just getting in your way. So I did have to do that. I said, what do I do if I wake up one morning and there's a massive dent? They was like, just go over it straight as quick as you can. I said, what do I do in the shower if I can't tie it up? They said, put it in a shower cap. I didn't have a shower cap and I didn't manage to get to the store. So for 4 nights in a row, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 nights in a row, I had to tie it up in a plastic carrier bag. Like, so there's me being like, oh, I'm going to get the shower now. With Tesco's carrier bag, having to like tip my hair up, put it here, hold it and tie it at the back, and then get in the shower like that because I didn't have a shower cap. So it was kind of tricky for 4 days. I tried to tell as many people as I could that I was having this done to my hair because I didn't want them to think, oh my god, she just doesn't wash her hair. And I think probably because I had brown hair, it wasn't as noticeably greasy. It felt greasy to touch it. Obviously after 4 days, but it didn't actually look that bad. And the lengths were really soft, and they still are now. It made my hair super long, because obviously if you are making it totally straight, whereas if it's curly, it's going to go on side to side, is going to use up length, which probably you already know. So it made it the longest it possibly could have been. And so now that the actual treatment's off, and also the product was weighing it down, I guess, it's basically still the same length now, but it made me realise I want to have maybe 2 inches cut off my hair, because I don't think there's probably anything worse than someone who will just refuse to have their hair cut because they want to get to a certain length. The best way to have long hair is probably to have regular trims, because otherwise you'll get it to the length and it won't even look that great. So always have regular trims, even if you think it's kind of like holding you back from getting somewhere, like the whole 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But it's not. So yeah, I think this is probably the longest I do on my hair. I don't know if you can see it all, but I'll bring it round. It's like that. Yeah, and I definitely want about 2 inches off maybe. And then I'll let it maybe grow back about 1 inch, but I think just for the niceness of it, it hasn't been cut since before Christmas, so yeah, it really does need a cut now. I would definitely recommend having this done to anyone that's considering it, because as I said, although they did wash it for me in the salon today, and the real result will be when I wash it myself and leave it to just air dry, but from what I can tell, it really has made a difference, because even before she straightened it in the salon, when she was just going over the rough dry, usually if I'm just rough drying my hair, which is just going like that and everything, there will be a layer of just frizz start to air around my hair. But when she was doing it in the salon, it's not no special fancy hairdryer that's like different. Every hairdryer is basically the same. They're just some are more powerful than others, but they don't dramatically transform the hair or nothing. So I could see there was not that layer of frizz form, so it really has made a change. Even say like just all around my hair, it's made it just so much smoother, and I think it is a lot of money, and probably if I would have had to pay myself, I'm not sure, I'd be a bit like, it is so much money considering it only lasts 3 months, but I think it's probably not worth it for the winter, because I don't know if it is, but I think especially for the summer it is probably worth it. Or say if you're going on holiday over the summer, because when you go on holiday every day you're going to be in the sea or the pool, if it's like a general beach holiday, and that means you've got to wash your hair kind of, or you don't have to, but it's nicer and it feels nicer. Then that means you're going to have to kind of blow dry it or just leave it to heat dry. That's great for people that have hair that dries naturally straight, but with me, if I leave my hair just to dry, combined with the heat and the humidity of the hot weather, it will just go everywhere. So I kind of have to hair dry it, and the last thing I want to do is be straightening it when it's baking hot. So that's really annoying, but at least with this I can hopefully leave it to just dry, or in the when I'm down on the beach or just go out the pool in the daytime, so when I'm not actually in the room and it just air dries in the sun, at least now it's hopefully going to dry really fine and just straight, not really just poofy and everything can look bad. And that's why I think it's probably worth it for the summer. So I'd say maybe this was quite early into the summer. Maybe obviously you want it to last for all of August, all of July and all of June, so I would recommend if you was ever having, like, you know, kind of looking forward to getting this done, I would probably say beginning of June time, maybe middle of May, just because then I think that's going to be the time you get the maximum use out of it, when it's going to be hot and the last thing you want to do is blow dry your hair for it to be straight. Yeah, so that is my kind of review of the Brazilian blow dry. The one that I had done, there was no chemicals in it, so it didn't damage my hair. If you've got any questions you want to ask about it, then ask me in the questions bar and I'll answer every question because I love answering questions. Sorry I haven't been putting many videos up this week, but yesterday and the day before my hair just looked too bad that I was like, I cannot really put a video up. I'll put in a bit of footage here that showed it the day I got it done, how flat it was to my head. I think for me it was really weird having it so flat to my head because my hair's always so big and poofy, like from the roots and everything. So it was weird it having absolutely no volume and just being like this. But that wasn't because from greasiness, it was just because it had made it so straight. So it is kind of strange for this first 4 days. And so that's why everyone said it didn't look greasy, but for me, I knew it wasn't greasy, but it looked like it because it was so flat to my hair, but it wasn't because of the greasiness, it was just literally because it had been made so frizz-free and so straight that it just was literally straight down. This is just my hair in the overall picture. It's been really nice. So yeah, I'll insert the footage now of when I got it on the first day, what it looked like. My hair probably looks really flat in this video and really straight, and that's because today I went and had the Brazilian blow dry done on my hair. I don't know if any of you have heard of the Brazilian blow dry, but it's basically this treatment that will make your hair stay really smooth with no frizz, anything like that, more easier to manage for approximately, it lasts about 3 months. So basically this is the hair, like this. It's really smooth with no kinks, no dents, nothing like that, and this is what they aim to get it like. She has to go through each little section 10 times, and as she's doing it, loads of smoke, like the whole salon's with smoke, but that's not my hair burning, that's just the product burning off, and that kind of gets rid of the greasy look. I still personally think it looks a little bit greasy, but it's basically 4 days for 3 months really, if you guess about it. 4 days of annoyingness for 3 months of really nice hair. So now I have to keep it on for 4 days. So these next 4 days is setting. So when I go to sleep, I've got to kind of just put it on the side and sleep like this, or if I wake up and there's a big dent, then I've got to quickly just straighten it, but not section it, just literally grab it and straighten it because it's setting over these 4 days. It's just a bit scary. I don't want to go to sleep, wake up like that and I'll be like, oh my god, it's going to set like this. So yeah, and if I go in the shower, I've got to put it up in a shower cap. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. I'm hoping, I haven't got to go into school for long, but I'm just going to try and get a seat at the back if I can. That's on 2 of the days I've got to sit right in the middle. But yeah, so this is basically the Brazilian blow dry. And I've heard Nicole Richie, saw a blog post on it, like maybe like a year ago, and I've heard of it and it was really expensive and never thought I'd get it done. Happy to get this job. She learnt it needed something to practice on, and I said you practice it on me. And yeah, it would be really good if it does work because my hair is so frizzy. As I said, I step outside in the heat or the rain, and it's like straightening out the window of what I did that morning. All my work, it just goes frizzy. So I'm really hoping this will work. It's no chemicals, this one she used, so it's not damaging to my hair, and yeah, I'm hoping that the results is good. It also made it look longer because obviously if you're straightening out any dents, any kinks, it's going to make it just look the longest it possibly can. So I sat far back today to try and get it all in. So this is it today. Yeah, this is the Brazilian blow dry. It looks really flat, but it shouldn't do after Friday. Bye. Leave any questions you want in the down bar. By the way, my necklace is from Topshop and it's just like a little dove, I'd guess, with a little red flower. My nail varnish is OPID Lilac Kit. My ring is from Forever 21. This cardigan is Forever 21. And yeah, so there will be a lot more videos hopefully coming up soon. I've got some good ideas into my head, and yeah, I hope you like it. Bye.